Featherweight world champion Sandy Sadler takes on local fighter Charlie Riley in a non-title contest. St. Louis, 1st of November, 1950.
Round number one. Well, you can detect the crowd enjoys the hometown boy making the most of the first round. Sadler, who chilled Willie Pep to win the featherweight championship this year, is fighting a boy who in turn was chilled by Willie Pep, who knocked out Charlie Riley in 5 rounds. Well, the huge crowd here at the St. Louis Arena, where this 10-rounder is taking place, certainly are thrilled with what's going on. There's the end of round number one. And this crowd has given a tremendous ovation to Charlie Riley. Round number two coming up. Well, that explains itself. Referee Harry Kessler is having difficulty breaking the boys. They want to mix it up. Riley's got the champion in trouble. Sadler nods to his corner that he's all right, but he's been taking a bit of punishment. Well, this crowd figures they're seeing an upset in the making. There you get a wonderful picture of Sadler with his greater reach and height, leaning on his smaller opponent, trying to smother all of his blows. Charlie Riley squat, slugging away. Sadler has weathered the storm. Both of those blows, the left from Sadler, the right from Charlie Riley, were sensational blows. Both landed flush on the chin. That is, if the camera didn't reveal it clearly to you. Well, there's the end of round two. Well, the bell has just sounded for, or rather the whistle has sounded as a warning for the sixth round, and there we go. Round six at the St. Louis Arena. Sandy Sadler, featherweight champion of the world in those white trunks, the taller of the two boys. Charlie Riley in the black trunks with the stripe. Two minutes to go in round six. Right up to this point, the fight is mighty even, despite the fact that you might lean to a champion. And now, Sandy Sadler has drawn an appreciable amount of blood from Charlie Riley's nostril. Couldn't detect whether that was a slip to one knee or not, but it seemed to be. Sadler has been damaging in his punching in this round, punching lefts and rights to the body, and they're tiring. Less than a minute to go in round number six. Well, Riley's ever willing to mix it. That's a sensational rally. And there's the bell for the end of round number six. Riley fought with the influence of a demon at the close of the last round. To this point, Sadler knows he's been in a fight. He's a busy workman now. He has Riley's nose bleeding again. Sandy Sadler nodding to his corner on instructions from Charlie Johnston. In close, smothering those blows by Charlie Riley. Less than a minute to go of the 7th round. Sadler's been boxing beautifully this round. It's his best advantage. There's the end of the 7th round, and this has been a world beater as far as action is concerned for the crowd out here in St. Louis. Round number 9, Sandy Sadler, Charlie Riley at the St. Louis Arena. In these later rounds, Sadler handles Charlie Riley very easily, but Charlie's willing to let him do it. He wants to get that punch in. Two minutes to go, 9th round. Of a 10-rounder at the St. Louis Arena. Well, there's less than a minute to go of round number 9. Sadler's fighting the same tactical fight ever since he began to take command somewhere in the middle of the 3rd round. You notice when Sadler coasts toward the end of any round, Charlie Riley forces the fighting and gets a few good belts in. Round number 9 almost at an end. Riley bleeding again. There's the end of the 9th round. Well, just looking things over with Sandy Sadler, who has his back to you now, and Charlie Riley, his adversary, ready to meet him for the final round coming up. A look back. Charlie Riley began by fighting a furious onslaught in the first 2 rounds and making all the folks here, and a goodly sized crowd they are at the St. Louis Arena, rise to their feet and cheer. From that point on, as the fight began to slow up, Sandy Sadler took things over and, well, you've seen the type of fight he's put up. Here it is, 10th and final round. In the white trunks, Sandy Sadler, featherweight champion of the world. In the black trunks with the white stripe, Charlie Riley, ranking contender from St. Louis. Riley, who is bleeding but not too profusely from that nose, as he has been all through the fight, still keeps boring in. The camera doesn't reveal it as much as we can see it, but the referee is blood spattered, and so are the trunks of Sandy Sadler. Charlie will have to land that right flush on the button to take the decision in this fight. And I use the word decision with quotes. Minute and a half to go of the 10th and final round here at the St. Louis Arena in St. Louis. Sadler is tiring Riley a bit now and has done serious damage to that nose. Boy, everything's being used in this fight. Elbows, heads, noses. Boy, this crowd is pro Charlie Riley, and heavily so. Hometown. Well, Riley's taken everything that Sadler's thrown his way, including his Sunday punch. Now Riley's right eye is closing, and he's bleeding a bit, more profusely than before. About 15 seconds ago, the 10th round. Well, there it is. The fight's over. Riley's a badly battered boy. The crowd loves the way he fought. Sadler shakes him on the back, as you see. Congratulates him. Looks rather slyly at the customers. So we'll wait for the decision.
The winner on a split decision, Sandy Sadler. Sandy Sadler.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sandy Sadler winning a fairly good decision.
Champion Sandy Sadler defends his featherweight title against Willie Pep, the 4th meeting between the two men. New York City, 26th of September, 1951.
Pep, boxing beautifully, dazzles his man with his brilliant footwork. These moves show why Willie is called Willie the Wisp. crowd is yelling about the thumbing. Sadler still stalking his man.
Both hands in the air.
The referee is warning Sadler for holding and hitting. This round, a bad cut over Willie Pep's right eye is opened. Scoring beautifully till cornered here. Willie Pep's tricky footwork here. He's learned a lot of good judo tricks. Pep loses this round for foul tactics, and by observing his footwork closely, you can understand why. That was a warning for thumbing and heeling. There goes Sadler almost when Pep hooks that leg around his right. There goes the referee. Ray Miller needs a putty knife to separate those two. Now a little lecture for Willie Pep. Another attempt by Pep to trip his man. Body blows weaken Pep. Look at those open gloves and thumbs flying. Seems weaker in the clinches as a result of that barrage of body blows by Sadler. Now there's frantic activity between Pep and his handlers in the corner, and there goes the doctor over to check. And now, very shortly, comes the announcement ending one of the roughest, the weirdest, and certainly the most controversial fight in ring history.
Willie Pep, unable to continue, the winner at the end of the 9th round, and still the featherweight champion of the world, Sandy Sadler.
After almost 2 years in the Army, Sadler returns to action in a non-title fight against Bill Bossio. New York City, 15th of January, 1954.
Well, you'll have no difficulty in identifying these men because there's an 8-inch difference between them. Sandy Sadler is 5 feet 8½ inches in the white trunks, and Bill Bossio, one of the smallest men in the ring, is just 1/2 inch over 5 feet. However, in weight, they're pretty close. Bossio is 128 pounds, and the champion, Sandy Sadler, 130½. Of course, no titles at stake tonight, and this is the first time in 22 months that the champion's been in action. Little Bossio carries the fight to him. That's the only way a small man, of course, can fight a big fellow such as this, is move in close. And he's giving the champion some trouble. Referee is Barney Felix. Well, that was a fast first round. Now some of the rust has been bounced off Sandy Sadler, and the champion's beginning to come to his own. Sandy's one of the hardest hitters of all fighters, no matter what the weight. And that left hand sends Bossio reeling. There goes another. Now the Army boy is bombing away, both hands. Bossio hangs on. The champion goes back to action again. That left hand is doing a lot of damage. Now Bossio sails back in again. There's a beautiful right and left, and it sends Bossio to the canvas. Right hand started it, and the left finished. Bossio's up at the count of 6, but he must take 8 count. That's obligatory in New York State. Champion sails in to finish him off if he can. Both hands, but Bossio's a game one. Game little fellow from Pittsburgh hangs on. And there's the bell. Now by round 5, Sadler has taken command. Bossio fighting gamely. He was a member of the United States Olympic boxing team 6 years ago. Bossio moves in. He has a good right-hand punch. But tonight he's outgunned. Sadler is in surprisingly good condition considering the fact he's been in the Army for 22 months. And there's nothing the matter with his boxing either. That left hand of his is a beaut. Bossio plugs away, but he's in trouble. He's been slowed down now by those terrific lefts and rights to the head. He flurries. He comes into the champion, but the champion's the master. Now in this ninth round, Bossio is in rather bad shape. His nose is cut and also a slight cut over his eye. Sadler's stamina has been tremendous. He seems as fresh as when he started. Beautiful boxing. The referee ruled that a knockdown, despite the fact that Bossio did not hit the canvas, but he must take that obligatory 8 count. The end's in sight now. Sadler punching away with both hands. He's hammering away, and in the corner, Bossio's is almost helpless. The referee takes a look at it, and the referee stops the fight. Sandy Sadler's the winner by a technical knockout in 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the ninth round. The soldier from Harlem, it's the 91st knockout of his ring career. A victory over the game, but outgunned Bill Bossio.
Sadler defends his featherweight title against Teddy Red Top Davis. New York City, 25th of February, 1955.
That's Sadler in the white trunks. 15 rounds for the title here in Madison Square Garden. As you can see, Sandy is 2 inches taller than Red Top, and at 28, he's 3 years younger. Both boys are ring veterans. Davis weighs exactly 126. Sadler, 124 and a half. Sandy's pretty rough, as you know. Referee Harry Kessler talking to him. Sadler guarding against that jab. The smaller Red Top moves fast. Sadler is a converted southpaw. Looks a little annoyed as those left jabs pop his head back. He's holding and hitting. The referee is cautioning him for holding with one glove behind Red Top's head and pounding away at his body with the other. That's a foul, of course. Sadler again in white trunks out of his corner. He's tall for a featherweight. He's 5 feet 8 inches. And he can pack a punch for his size. He's got one of the highest knockout percentages in professional boxing. 98 knockouts in 153 fights. But he's got a rough game little customer on his hands. Red Top Davis, by the way, has 3 battle stars as a soldier in World War II. And he was the lightweight champion of the ETO. Again, Sadler is warned for grabbing his opponent by the throat. He pays little attention to referees. got some excellent shots here of how Sandy operates with his elbows as well as ripping that glove up with the inside and the laces glancing across his opponent's eyes. He knows every trick in the trade. He's fought all over the world. He has Red Top pinned in his corner. That's the end of the round. Now the challenger is out of his corner, and we're at the halfway mark in this 15-round battle. It's in Madison Square Garden. It's for the featherweight championship of the world. Sandy Sadler in the white trunks, Red Top Davis in the black. Davis has continued to wade right into the taller champion, but Sadler has very definitely landed the harder punches. Notice that Sadler has the better of the infighting, and those long arms of his make him very difficult to fight. Like battling an armload of spaghetti. He definitely is in control now. Gets the better of the infighting. Meanwhile, referee Harry Kessler is still complaining that the champion is not fighting fairly, but has not penalized him. Merely remonstrated. Sadler fell into a left hook then that caught him in the tummy. Note that Sadler makes very little effort to stand off with clean jabs. He likes to get in, swarm all over his man, and rough him up in close. That's a typical Sadler trick of twisting his man off balance. The referee now is speaking to both about it. Sadler out of his corner, very confident. Davis in the black trunks, though definitely behind in the ringside scorecards, is far from a beaten boxer. He's still ready, willing, and able to trade punches with the champion, but he's taken a lot of punishment. Note how often Sadler's stinging lefts are hitting the mark. Sadler is much more confident now, very cocky. Very good photography. Brings out the theme of the fight, that long left. He has arms as long as broomstick handles. Sadler keeping the pressure on. Doesn't give his man a chance to set himself. He's stepping up the pace as the round nears its end. That's the end of the round. Now we have the 15th and final round. They touch gloves in the traditional gesture. It's Madison Square Garden, and it's Teddy Red Top Davis in the black trunks challenging Sandy Sadler for the featherweight championship of the world. Now, of course, at this stage of the fight, the edge is all for the champion. Since the 10th round, Sandy Sadler has clearly been the harder puncher and the more effective boxer. The only chance for the outgunned Red Top is for a knockout, but it's pretty obvious that Sadler isn't going to give him that opportunity. Sandy banging away at the body now. Alternates his leads, head to body, an occasional whistling right. Meantime, Red Top there, picking his man off with clean jabs. That's his best scoring weapon. The pace is fast for a 15-round fight, and you know both men are in condition. Davis is kept off balance. Davis is the superior boxer, but doesn't have a chance to show it when he's kept off balance by the pressing champion. Excellent ringside view, brings you right down under the ropes. Coming into the home stretch now, the champion looks unmarked. He's an eye catcher with his white shoes and white trunks. Well, that's it. 15 rounds are finished in Madison Square Garden in another World Championship battle. The decision of the ringside officials is unanimous in favor of Sandy Sadler. Johnny Addy makes the announcement. Sandy defeats Red Top Davis and remains the World Featherweight King.